Hello and welcome to How To Automotive. I'm Brian Eslick, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about Milwaukee tools, so stay tuned for that. So one of the biggest questions I get is how I like the tools and how are they holding up. So I thought I'd go through my whole collection here and show you everything I got and tell you how what I think of all the tools and how they've been holding up. So I went full electric about 3 years ago, and I chose Milwaukee tools. And I want to say it's probably been one of the best decisions I've made in my career as far as buying tools go. So I'll just start out with how they've been holding up. So far, after 3 years, after getting all these tools in my collection, I have not had to warranty any of them. Not a battery, not a tool. Now I have broken a couple of the M12 batteries, and these were broken because they fell off when I had the hoist all the way at the top. The tool fell off and fell 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet right directly on the battery. I don't care what brand of tool that you're using, if those type of falls, you're gonna get stuff like this. Now these tools are not just occasionally used. I'm here at the shop Monday through Friday, and they're used all day, every single day that I'm here, and they get beat down. I'm not one of those guys that wipes down my tools every millisecond. I use the tool, throw it in the cart, throw it on the engine covers, on the hoist. I'm using with my hands are just packed full of grease and oil and dirt, and I just grab the tools and use them and go. As you can see here, the tools are worn. They have wear and tear on them. I use them every day. So with that said, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the tools that I would buy and wouldn't buy again. First, I'll start with this one here. This is the high torque extended Anvil impact gun. This is the 1-key version. Basically, this is a tire gun. I didn't think I would like this tool. Turned out, after using it every single day, it's one of my most used tools. That having that extra Anvil is length in the Anvil and not having to use extensions and stuff is pretty awesome. Obviously it poses clearance issues on certain jobs, but if I have clearance issues on certain jobs, I always can go to the regular high torque here. It's a little bit smaller, as you can see here, but gets the job done. All right, one of the tools I would not buy again, only because they've come out with better things since this tool has come out, which is the M18 3/8 drive. I guess they would call it a mid-torque or whatever. This is a fuel model here. It doesn't have very much torque on it. Some of the new tools that come out produce way more torque, and so I would not purchase this particular model again. But it is a good tool. It's not a bad tool at all. I mean, it will actually even take a lug nut off a car. Don't recommend doing that type of jobs with this type of tool, but it will do it. Another casualty I had, I'll share with you. Another casualty I had is with the flashlight. So the housing here is made out of all plastic and stuff, and it took a fall and it just detonated the housing here. But the light still works. It's just the lens and housing has seen better days. Now, one of my favorite tools that they came out with this year, in the last year or so, are the die grinders. The die grinders have been awesome for me. I know there's some people reporting about them shutting off and stuff like that. I believe it's just all on how you use the tool. Yeah, if you bear down on it too much, they'll shut off. It does like the full battery charge. Once it gets down to about 2 bars and below, that's when I found that it does tend to shut off a little bit. But it's a good thing they shut off because they have overheating protections. You're protecting the battery, you're protecting the motor, so it's actually a good thing. And my air power tool, my air die grinder, that thing bogged down and stops and pauses all the time. So it's actually no different using the electric tool as far as the pneumatic, except for you don't have to swap out batteries. But if you're using pneumatic tools, if you have a tiny compressor, you're waiting for that compressor to fill up, so you could have downtime waiting for the compressor to fill up. But these right here, I can swap out batteries, especially since I have so many batteries. So another set of tools that I probably would not buy again, but I would buy their big brother is I would not buy the original length ratchets. I would go for the extended reach right out from the bat and skip buying these. Now these do come in handy in those tight areas, but I found that I just pretty much use the extended Anvil or extended reach ratchets 10 times more than I would even reach for this. So if you're looking in the market to buy the ratchets, probably could skip the standard ratchet. Nothing wrong with the standard ratchet. The torque spec, everything is exactly the same on the two tools. Only difference is one has an extended head. So if you're going to buy a ratchet, just go right for the extended reach or extended head ratchet. A much more usable tool. Probably my two most used tools out of all the collection are the mid-torques. I love the mid-torque tools. You can use them on engine bays. You can use them in suspension work, exhaust work. You can use them in engine tear down. They're small enough to, you can even get like under a driver's seat or something like that. They're small enough, but they pack so a serious punch at 650 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. You know, you can take a lot of fasteners apart with that. I pretty much do most of my jobs, tires, everything with either one of these two tools. I particularly like the 3/8 model only because I have a lot more socket options. So I have torques and wobbles and you name it, all kinds of different sockets for the 3/8 drive. I have less 1/2-inch drive sockets, but when I am using suspension work and stuff like that, I do tend to use the 1/2-inch drive more often than the 3/8, just because those thicker sockets give a little bit more punch to whatever the fasteners you take it out. Now, one of the newest ones to the collection is the right angle impact. This thing has been amazing ever since I got it. It doesn't fit everywhere. It has its limitations, but like it's super handy when you're in an engine bay and you can just stick it down there, bow, bust off like a power steering fastener or something like that, a bracket. You know, it's awesome. It's one of my faves. This particular ratchet here is the OG original ratchet. This is my first one I ever bought right here. And I would say you can probably still buy this tool, but the fuel versions are a much better option. But this is a pretty cool tool. This is the one that got me started on all the Milwaukee stuff. And as you can see, the labels have worn out. Everything's worn out on it. Still works though. Another great addition are the Stubby Impacts. The Stubby Impacts, I have the 1/2-inch drive. As you can see, it's pretty clean right here compared to the 3/8 drive. So I don't use the 1/2-inch drive nearly as much as I use the 3/8 drive. So if you were in the market to buy the Stubbies, I would definitely go with the 3/8 drive, mainly because both tools have the exact same specs as far as torque. You know, they're 250 foot-pounds of breakaway and tightening torque. And since they have the exact same torque and you're most likely going to have more options with your 3/8 drive sockets, I would just go with the 3/8 drive. That has been my go-to one. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the 1/2-inch, but when you use 1/2-inch tools, you're usually taking off bigger and bigger fasteners. And at 250 foot-pounds, it's not quite enough to be using 1/2-inch drive tools. But 3/8 drives is perfect for. One of my favorite ones for dash work is the Hex Drive here. This is awesome. All the different Hex Drive bits you can put in there. The quick connect, it's worked phenomenal for dash work. If you're doing any type of dash work, this is a great one to have. Another one of my absolute favorites that gets used a ton, especially on all the shields and stuff that you find, all the under shields, the top engine covers, air snorkels, air boxes. This is my tool for choice. This is the 1/4-inch drive Stubby Impact, and this has been an amazing tool. Use this every day, all day. Definitely worth buying right here. I'm not a big fabricator driller, so I just got the smaller, I guess they call this the drill driver. This has been all I've needed to do for drilling out rivets like on door handles or window regulators, something like that. This has been great for that. I've never had a problem with it. It has just enough torque and power to do just about all those small jobs like that. So another awesome tool with a drawback, M12 Rivet Gun. So this thing has been phenomenal. Only drawback is most of the rivets that I use in Automotive is 1/4-inch drive. It's the 1/4-inch bit, and it doesn't have an adapter for it, so I can't use it. So I have to use smaller than 1/4 inch, and that limits on the type of rivets I'm doing. So as you can see, it's not used that much. It's pretty almost in mint condition. I've had it for a couple of years now. If it had the 1/4 inch drive, I'd probably use it a whole lot more. I have a pneumatic one that I use for the 1/4 inch drive stuff, and that happens to be a lot of door handles, window regulators, those type of things. So that's pretty much it. The tools have held up great. I have not had to warranty them. They all come with a 5-year warranty on the tool and 3-year warranty on the batteries, which is the best warranty out there when it comes to electric tools. So if you're in the market for picking up electric tools, I would definitely consider Milwaukee tools. I'm Brian Esser from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, encourage you to subscribe, invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. Thank you again for watching.